fucking scoot back a little so I guess so I don't punch the microphone.
Hey, come listen to our podcast, yeah. Please listen, it's a hitch. If you don't listen to our podcast, yeah, then you are a bitch.
I'm just gonna shit. Look, I'm gonna say this right now, people. This movie and the smaller movie that we're going to talk about before this,
Krampus,
are the two worst things I've seen in the last week.
Wait,
And
you watched Hocus Pocus too?
Yeah, because my girlfriend and I'm a good boyfriend. You know,
yeah, I was
wanted to watch
shocked.
it.
I was shocked whenever I messaged the group yesterday because I thought, okay, Lance probably doesn't give a shit about Hocus Pocus, but I figured Alex and Jacob did. So like when it shocked me all around because for one, Lance was like, "Yeah, I'm watching it," and Alex was like, I think he said he likes the first one, or no, he doesn't like the first one really either.
Yeah, this wasn't something he grew up watching. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
think
like,
the first one's funny, like it's goofy.
Yeah,
like,
I love the first one. I mean, I grew up. I had it on VHS. I watched that movie like a lot. But when Alex said like, "Oh yeah, I don't really care about the first one either," I was like, "Oh shit!" And then Jacob was like said, "You all are weird." So I was like, "Holy crap!"
No, he said, "You all are freaks."
Yeah.
like, you guys are fucking stupid, man.
And I was like,
I wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for Savannah.
right.
So,
yeah. But
and I don't care. You can leave Savannah's name, and evidently everybody's known that we've been dating for the whole 2 years. So fuck it.
Yeah, we've already known, bro.
Well, you guys have known. I'm talking about people who may listen.
It's like, yeah, we already know.
Yeah, we already knew. I don't know.
But
I was wondering
I'll
why.
tell you this. Okay, everybody knows I hate Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Who listens to this? Who's been a regular listener to this? And I wasn't a fan of The Lighthouse, so that was like my number 2 like worst movie. I will tell you this: the only reason Krampus isn't number 2 on my least favorite movies is because it's only an hour and a half.
Krampus. Yeah, it's a pretty short flick, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very short, thankfully, and it's not good. And then Cody, I said this. I'm not trying to be mean. This is gonna be the only time I shit on it. But Cody, in the group chat, because Owen never replies to any of us, so we just assume Owen sees this and he's just like, yeah, in silent agreement.
Hold on, wait, let me come back and read. Yeah, I remember you.
We're always hoping like, okay, we're recording Saturday at 6, and me and Cody go right on, and then Owen never says anything. We're like, okay, we'll just assume he'll be there. I'm not gonna sit there and try to like bug him.
The last thing I texted was the smiling Nosferatu from SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
You never reply back, and we're like, all right, we're ready to record around 6. Like, me and Cody had like a 3-text conversation about recording at 6, and we're like, Owen doesn't say anything. We're like, I'm assuming he'll be there.
Yeah, I read it, and I'm like, all right, yeah, cool.
Oh, we can't see your thoughts, Cody, Owen. But Cody goes, well, it's not necessarily a good movie. It's more like a black comedy. And I'm over here thinking, nothing's funny about the movie. The only thing I thought was funny in this movie were the fucking killer gingerbread people.
So, again, I mean, it's definitely, it's framed as a comedy. There's not really much that is funny. To me, we'll get into it. First, we need to talk about Hocus Pocus 2 before we get too deep into Krampus. Before we get knee-deep in Krampus. So, Hocus Pocus 2, people. Look. I was heartbroken watching that movie. Okay? Like, in the beginning of the movie, I had a big old smile on my face. You know, when you see the Sanderson sisters, when they're like little, full spoilers, by the way, for Hocus Pocus 2, just in case anyone out there listening hasn't watched it when this is actually released in December. But in the beginning, you know, it's like Sanderson sisters are teenagers, and I'm thinking, you know, the girl they got to play Winifred, like, okay, she's okay, but like the other two, especially the one they got to play Sarah Sanderson, like nails it. Like, all the little mannerisms and everything just absolutely nails it. I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe this is starting off so strong. Then they go out to the woods, right? They get banished from the town, and they go out to the woods, and there's this witch that shows up, and it is the most Disney Channel original movie-ass witch I've ever seen. And I said this in the group chat with Lance and all them, but it's not even, like, good DCOM era. It's not like late 90s, early 2000s DCOM. It's like 2015 DCOM, where everything's got like this really lazy CG that kind of like they use in everything, and everything is like the colors are like way too saturated, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it completely loses like that kind of like slight eeriness, for lack of a better term, surrounding like the whole witches angle and everything. But then it's like, okay, we're out of that section, whatever, maybe it's just a one-off. So we're at the present day, you know, and the witches show up. It's like, finally, showtime. The Sanderson sisters are back, right?
And this is like 15 fucking minutes into the movie.
Yeah, like yeah. So, which, to be fair, in the first Hocus Pocus, I think it's about 15 minutes or so before they actually show up. After the beginning, but at least in the beginning section, like, it's actually sort of dark a little bit. Like, they get hung, right, and they kill a child in the beginning of the movie, and it's like, this is actually good in my opinion, and there are tons of people out there that think so too. But like, they completely like just decom the shit out of this sequel, and the Sanderson sisters show up, and the first thing they do is start going off into like a Broadway song. I was like, what the fuck is happening? What is this? And then like,
it's Disney.
I will admit, like, when the girls are like running off and like the sisters like pop up and like scare them, I was like, oh, okay, let's get the fuck away from the song thing. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, this is kind of okay. Then they go to Walgreens, and it is just a fucking downhill slope. There's Lance, you said you've never seen the first one, right?
Yeah, I don't really care to watch it.
Okay. Owen, you've seen the first one, so you'll understand what I mean when I say this. The actresses that play the Sanderson sisters are too old now, or at least definitely Bette Midler has gotten too old to where she can't really like do the voice anymore that she used to do. So like, her voice is like breaking and cracking for most of the movie. And then like, there's like two like kind of signature things, right, that she used to say.
Which one is that? Is that the black-haired one?
No, she's the redhead, Winifred.
Okay, yeah.
But
I didn't notice that. Obviously, I didn't see the first movie.
Yeah, I mean, to me it's bad. Like, when she's talking, like, her voice is just like all over the place. It's like, okay. And then like, when she does like the book, like when she's calling the book, she can't really even do that anymore. So it sounds like flat. And then, you know, there's also like the traditional like sisters thing that she does when she's talking to her sisters or calling them. And that also she can't do it. Like, she's reached an age where like her voice cannot handle hitting like higher registers that easily. And I would say that it doesn't matter, but like, the whole like setup is they come back the same age or whatever as they were when they died. So, they're obviously 30 years older. I mean, it's very clear. Sarah Jessica Parker.
If she can't hit that note, she probably should go in the back and flick the bean a few times. She might be able to hit it then.
Oh God. Sarah Jessica Parker. You know, I said that the girl that played a young Sarah like was able to hit the mannerisms of her perfectly, but then Sarah Jessica Parker, it's almost like she forgot how to even play the character. Like, she's not really doing a lot of the whole, like, you know, in the first movie, she's like doing a lot of like jumping around and like, you know, she's very hyperactive, and in this one, she's just sort of like whatever, you know, except with the exception of a couple of parts. One. Well, see, she's ditzy in the first one, but
but it's more like you can tell that they're older. Is what I'm saying.
Well, like,
Savannah told me that her favorite parts were just the witch parts.
Well, see, that like, those were the parts that, like, when I say it was heartbreaking, those are the parts that really just like what the fuck is this? Like, I would have rather them just had not done this. I think it's 10 years too late. You know, like they've gotten too old where they cannot do these characters justice anymore, and it's such a shame to say, because I feel like because they teased at the end a second Black Flame Candle, that they're going to make a third one, and it's just like, no, just don't touch it. You know, I will say,
it depends on what this movie brings streaming wise.
Yeah, and I'm sure it probably make their numbers skyrocket, because this is one of those things. Like, Hocus Pocus was a commercial flop in the theaters. It was a critical flop, but it had such a strong cult following. which I think what they should have done is put a better budget behind this and put it in theaters, and it would have been a much better film. Because
I don't know, but they needed a better writer because this movie
yeah,
sucked.
it did need a better writer too. Because a lot of times, like the writing, I'm just like, this is not how these characters are, and it's not me, and it's just for anyone thinking that, oh well, how long has it been since you watched the first one? I literally watched it Thursday night, and I watched Hocus Pocus 2 Friday night. So, and again, I've seen the first Hocus Pocus probably 36 times in my life. Like, and another.
I don't feel as much of a loser now.
I hate
after hearing that.
I hate this term as well, but I'm going to throw it out there. I hate it because people use this for Daisy Ridley, but there is a bad case of a Mary Sue character in this film. Do you know what I'm talking about, Lance?
The chick who's got the witch powers, right?
Yeah. We are told repeatedly throughout this movie that the Sanderson sisters are the strongest the most powerful witch coven to ever exist. Repeatedly. And specifically, Winifred is the most powerful witch to ever live. This main teenage character discovers randomly that she has witch powers. They don't really set it up at all that she's a witch, but she randomly discovers that she can do magic and is able to withstand a full-on magic assault from the Sanderson sisters. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, these are witches who have trained for who knows how long, and they're literally the most powerful witches ever, but this teenager who's known magic for 3 minutes can all of a sudden just defend herself completely from these witches. It makes no sense. And then you got Billy, the zombie, coming back, which again breaks the rules of the first movie, because Owen, if you remember, when the Sanderson sisters are killed, what happens to the magic that made Binks an immortal cat? It frees him, right?
I don't even remember. It's been so long.
He gets freed. So they die. So the magic that they used on him to trap him as a cat for eternity is broken. So wouldn't you think that the magic that they used on Billy the zombie to turn him into a zombie that never dies and is forever trapped in his grave would also break, and he's able to be finally just rest? No, they go and dig up his grave, and he's still alive, and he's still a zombie. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? And then Billy and this other new character go around the town having goofy ass escapades, and it's like, oh my gosh, I could not, I sat through the whole thing just because I wanted to know, please redeem this. It needs to redeem itself somehow. And it just never did. It got worse and worse and worse. And at the end, there's a whole twist oh, well, the Sanderson sisters use this magic, or Winifred uses this spell to become the most powerful witch ever. It's something like the all-powerful witch, which makes no sense because she's already the most powerful witch to ever live. And then it comes with a price, so it takes her sisters away and they turn to dust. And then she's immediately oh, forget everything. Just please. And she becomes this super nice character who's begging for these young witches who have known magic for all of 10 minutes to help her reunite with her sisters. It's
I think she was begging the book.
Well, she was begging the book, but then obviously she does at one point recognize them. She's like, oh, you new fresh witches or something like that, please reunite me. And then the main teenage character's like, oh, well, it's not going to bring them back to you, it's going to send you to them. And she's like, oh, thank you. It's like, what is this fucking movie? Why? They needed a better writer, they needed a better budget, and they needed to fucking do this right. And now I feel like they're going to try and squeeze as much out of this as they possibly can, because like you said, Lance, it is going to be about how much streaming boost this gives them, which I'm sure it's going to give them a shit ton. So they're going to rush out a Hocus Pocus 3 probably in time for next year. And then it's probably going to be even more of a disaster. And it's just, God, Disney, learn.
Probably. Here's the thing. I will say this, because Cody was mentioning this earlier. Disney completely fucked up their trilogy for Star Wars. We all talked about this. We've reviewed all 3 of the movies. They're back in the archive. But if you go and watch the Star Wars shows, The Mandalorian, as much as I hate the Book of Boba Fett because they made Boba Fett into a puss, it's still beautifully shot and it looks really well. And then the Obi-Wan show looks really good. And from what I've told, this Andor show looks good. Like they actually look they look like they could be movie quality. You know what I'm saying? This movie, like Cody was saying, when you watch it, it literally feels like something you would watch on Disney ABC.
Yeah.
Like on like the Disney, like when he the DCOM, I think that means Disney comedy.
No, it means Disney Channel original movie.
Okay, my bad.
So yeah.
When you watch that, because I was sitting there watching this, I'm like, man, this doesn't look like good quality. Like not even the CGI. The CGI is terrible, but I mean it's a streaming movie. But you figured it would have better quality coming from Disney, and this thing literally looks like something you see on 2009 Disney before they changed to Freeform.
Yeah, I mean,
which is still a Disney Channel.
Another like very glaring like observation of that. Okay, let me start over. Another thing that's like very like glaring when it comes to like the low budget aspect is the original film. It like all the set pieces outside are filmed outside, and in this, it is very obvious that it's all on a set.
Ugh, I hate that.
It's like there's no like atmosphere at all.
That's the one thing I think I liked about the originals. It had that kind of like autumn Halloween feel to it.
And this like, and because of that, like you had like it actually created like a sense of atmosphere and like, you know, character for the town and everything. When they're walking through like the old part of Salem, it looks fucking terrible. Like the houses all look, they like very clearly they look like they were made for a stage play almost. I mean, it is awful. And when they're out, it's the most egregious example is all the scenes when they're out in the woods. It's just like it just does not look good whatsoever. And I know there are probably going to be people that watch this movie and they're just happy that Hocus Pocus is back. And I understand that, but this movie is just fucking terrible. Again, it is 10 years too late with way too small of a budget, and Disney should have known what they fucking had. I mean, hell, Disney has been using Hocus Pocus to prop up their damn Halloween party at Disney World for the last 4 years. You know, like, you know what you have. Why do it this way? I don't know.
Because they were born this way. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Right after we watched Hocus Pocus 2, I realized I had to watch Krampus. And about 30 minutes into Krampus, maybe 20, I was sitting there thinking, I'd really like to watch Hocus Pocus 2 again. So that would be my transition into the Krampus 2. Now, I will say this, once we get into like the who's who, the director of this movie directed Godzilla King of Monsters, which I thought was a great fucking monster movie. And he also helped write it, and he also helped write Godzilla vs. Kong, which is a great fucking monster movie. I'll say this, the Godzilla trilogy they did with, you know, obviously the King Kong movie, is a lot better than the Jurassic World trilogy that came out. I'll say that for sure. But yeah, so this guy right here, I was watching this when I looked it up. I'm like, okay, so he did some writing on X-Men 2 and did some things. I'm like, okay, so I can forgive this guy for watching this movie. I'm like, I mean, I like the actors. David Kochner, the big bald guy who with the guns and everything. He's a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. He's a great comedian.
Oh yeah, I mean this movie has like some great actors in it. It's just. And again, like I said earlier in the text, like it's not a good movie. It's one of those movies. It's like a guilty pleasure movie for me. Like I love watching it, but it's not necessarily great. It's not necessarily like laugh out loud funny. It's more like just a little humorous to me. But there's like there are some bad parts in the film too.
Look, we'll get into it, and I'll let you do the whole spiel.
Yeah.
But if this is a guilty pleasure for you, this is a punishment movie for me. Like the only saving grace.
What was so That's just really what I want to know is like what was.
It's so fucking boring. Like, I understood, like, at this point, like, the whole movie, you're not going to see Krampus until the end.
Krampus.
And they do this thing with this big blizzard where you don't see any of the creatures, because once you see the creatures, you'll see how stupid they look. So that's what the veil of the snow is like, okay, Krampus, he looks creepy as hell. This is going to be awesome. And then you get to the fucking ending, which is confusing as fuck. And I literally watched 2 videos on the ending that said, well, they're in hell and being watched by Krampus. And another one saying, no, they're being monitored by Krampus. They're actually not in hell. So that he spared
they're trapped,
them.
bro. That's what I thought. I thought they were trapped.
So it depends. It depends on the context.
I don't know what the director said.
I think it depends on the context, because they did make a prequel comic for this that explained that they are being monitored by Krampus. But
they're actually not in hell.
Right. But if you watch the movie, it definitely seems like they are in hell. Like, the way I interpreted this movie before I ever read up that there was a prequel comic or whatever, is that at the end, basically, like, the boy, whenever he's like, you know, hey, asshole, which is one of the parts I thought was fucking stupid. But whenever he's like, oh, like, Krampus is like, okay, your family's been punished because of the way that they are, but you're going to be let go. And then, like, he's like, he rejects it, basically. And so he's like, well, you know what, screw it, you're going with them. And then they're all trapped in hell. So that's the way I always interpreted it. But yeah, the comic apparently, like, says that they're being monitored, which who gives a shit? I kind of don't like when they do like that bullshit. It's like, oh, well, here's a film that you may or may not have watched, and here's a prequel comic that's like virtually impossible to get a hold of.
Well, did the director write that prequel comic? Because he writes comics.
Let me look it up right quick.
I mean, this was his little project he did with Universal. I'm assuming he approved the story. So
Probably.
the thing was, like, Looper said that according to that graphic novel comic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that since Krampus spared them, that he's going to monitor them, and if they lose the Christmas spirit again, that he'll actually drag them to hell. But what I looked at was, like, maybe they're stuck on Christmas Day like it's fucking Groundhog Day every day.
Well, see, that's sort of what I thought too, because at the end it zooms out and they're like inside of a snow globe. But I guess the way the comic presents it is that he uses the snow globe as a way of, like, watching over people. So maybe, I mean, so the comic apparently has multiple stories in it. The comic is written by Brandon Seifert, and it features stories by Michael Dougherty, as well as the movie co-writers.
Yeah, and he was the director too. So
yeah.
They obviously came up with a story. So I'm assuming, I haven't listened to the film commentary. Now, I'm pretty sure he won't explain it, but the ending's just fucking confusing. And I was looking for humor. There's like 1 or 2 lines in this movie that I laughed at. But this movie was just fucking boring. And the only thing, I mean, this movie is as bad as people make Morbius out to be, in my opinion. And the saving grace about this movie is it's like 1 hour and 37 minutes long. And, like, you know, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was 2 hours and 20 minutes. The Lighthouse was 2.5 hours. It's like, shoot me in the fucking balls, please.
Well, I will say, like, yeah, I think if this was like a 2 hour plus movie, it would not be.
Oh God, yeah,
it would not be nearly as enjoyable for me.
Exactly. See, that right there, like, both your reactions, like, if this movie was 2 hours long, you both went fuck. And it's like, well, that's my interpretation of what you said.
To me,
this movie's not good.
It's just like a fun little, like, goofy Christmas movie that's supposed to be scary.
There's nothing about it that's fun.
I mean,
fun for me is I'll watch all the Friday the 13th movies and pick up on all the humor and the stuff when they're obviously making fun of their own characters in the movie and the stereotypes. I love that shit. I used to laugh at it watching with my grandmother, not laughing at the movie because it's so bad, but just laughing along the things you find funny. This movie is so bad, I didn't find anything funny, and there was nothing to laugh at about the movie or within the movie.
So
it's just fucking hell.
Before we go any further into the movie, let me get through the.
I think we covered it.
Well, let me get through the little spiel. So yeah, obviously we were talking about Krampus, directed by Michael Dougherty, who literally has only directed 3 films, being Krampus, Trick or Treat, and Godzilla, King of the Monsters, right?
And Godzilla King of Monsters, I will say this. Because the first Godzilla movie, everybody like jerked off. And I mean the first one, the one in 2014. Everybody jerked the movie off like it's like it was so awesome. And that movie is a 2-hour and 20-minute movie with literally 20 minutes of Godzilla. Godzilla King of Monsters is a 2-hour and 20-minute movie with literally 20 minutes with no Godzilla or no monsters. It's fucking awesome. It's like fucking a kid's fucking dream, and it's still badass. And that movie got terrible reviews because they said the human characters are kind of throwaway. I'm like, listen here. The Jurassic World movies tries to make you care about the fucking human characters, and they all fucking suck. I want to see dinosaurs. Like, the Jurassic World, like the last one. Me and Cody just watched it. Or Cody, did you go to theaters to see it?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Ugh, I feel sorry for you. Jurassic World Dominion, and Savannah wanted to watch it, so I watched the extended cut. And my dad had bought the DVD of it because he's old and wanted to, like, he watched it and he fell asleep after like the first hour and 20 minutes. It was so fucking boring. And the movie's not even about fucking dinosaurs. It's about fucking locusts. It's so fucking stupid. It's so boring. Like, literally the last 20 minutes of Jurassic World Dominion of the extended cut is the best part of the movie. But they wanted you to care about the quote-unquote human characters. And it doesn't work. This guy, Michael Dougherty, what's his name?
Dougherty,
my bad. Dougherty did Godzilla King of Monsters the way you would want a fucking Godzilla movie. And it was fucking awesome because it had King Ghidorah. I mean, the movie's great. And Godzilla vs. Kong picks right back up where that is, and it's all monsters. Like, I don't give a shit about the human characters. I'm not watching Godzilla thinking, God, I hope they fucking have some kind of, like, story arc. No. You don't watch The Walking Dead for, like, the human characters. You want to see more zombies. And now the zombies are a fucking backdrop, and they don't even present any danger.
Well, I would argue that The Walking Dead is more about the human story with the zombie backdrop.
Well, the thing is the zombie backdrop, but the thing is they have such conflict with the other humans. Like, the zombies are a backdrop. Right. Instead of, like, we need to survive from the zombies.
Well, that's
it's like, oh, we got to worry about Negan, and the zombies are literally... Negan has fucking zombies on a fucking leash. And that fucking bald chick has zombies on a leash. That's fucking stupid.
Zombie on a leash.
And then they have, like... Zombie. They have this thing where... In the first season, they would wear literal, like, zombie skin to walk among the zombies. I'm like, this shouldn't fucking work. The zombies would still smell your blood. It's fucking stupid.
Among Us.
That's the thing about The Walking Dead. Like, my Savannah's about to finish up the series. I'm never gonna watch it again, but
so all right.
So Michael did a great job with Godzilla vs. King of Monsters, and it got shit on for not valid reasons.
I liked Trick or Treat too.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I hear Trick or Treat's like
it's
great.
Pretty good. You should watch it.
Yeah.
Is it actually scary or is it actually funny?
It's like
well, it's an anthology film, right? Or
yeah, it's like, there's parts of it. Yeah, it's an anthology, like you said. There's stories in it that are funny. There's some that are disturbing. I don't remember it being particularly like piss my pants scary, but you know, it was good for a Halloween flick.
It's like Creep Show.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Okay. So that's the only thing I can compare it to, because Creep Show has like 3 or 4 different stories in it, and one of them is funny. I'm a big fan of the Naked Gun movies and a big fan of Cheers. Yeah. Well, on the back of the DVD box of Creep Show, there's Leslie Nielsen, and Ted Danson, who plays in Cheers, is buried up to his neck in sand. I'm like, oh man, this movie must be funny. And I watch it, and that movie's not funny. And I was like probably fucking 12 when I bought this damn thing. So I'm like, what the fuck? I was so confused. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, speaking of Creep Show, random note, they announced a video game a couple days ago. And they're kind of like to keep up with like the anthology-esque nature. It's going to be like several different like smaller developers making small stories to fit within the game. So to me, it sounds super fucking cool. It's like, wow, whoever would have thought there'd be a damn Creep Show video game, but
And I still can't get a Mortal Kombat 12. So
So all right, let me run through the rest of the stuff. The movie was written by Todd Casey, Michael Dougherty, and Zach Shields. It's based on the legend of Krampus from Austro-Bavarian folklore.
Krampus.
Krampus, oh Krampus,
Oh, Scheiße, der Krampus.
Guten Tag,
He wants to
Krampus.
shit on Krampus.
Oh, no, Scheiße. Das
Oh,
ist
Krampus.
Krampus.
Oh Krampus, my lemon.
Ah.
All right. The movie stars Adam Scott, best known for
There
playing
you go,
Ben
sir.
in Parks and Rec. Toni Collette, who has been in quite a few films, but I recognized her most as the mother from Hereditary.
Isn't she also in like Dune?
Dune, you say?
Okay.
Did
I miss anything? My headphones like spazzed out, and they emitted like a high pitched shriek.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
We were just going Krampus.
Oh, I was going over the cast, so
Yeah, that's all we're missing.
I was
Is she
wondering.
in
I was
Dune? Is that
wondering
her?
because I thought I'd get a comment out of Owen when I said Toni Collette was from Hereditary, but
Hereditary.
you never seen Hereditary?
No, I haven't watched that.
Oh shit! Well, I don't
I
know
know
if I'll
it's
ever
supposed to
pick
be
it because
good.
that movie scares the fuck out of me.
Hereditary scares the fuck out of me.
I'm looking up at my ceiling fan because it's not going because it causes sound interference. My ceiling fan is so caked with dust it looks like snow.
Dude, that's it. That's the
no,
movie.
Toni Collette is not in Dune. She's been in
Not Dune. Hold on.
She's been in
Dune.
Nightmare Alley, Hereditary, Knives Out, Emma, Shaft, About a Boy.
What is that fucking? Man, I don't know. Who's the chick in Dune though? There's a chick that's got red hair who's in Dune that looks kind of like her.
I
It's
don't know. I haven't actually seen
She
Dune.
plays the fucking. Oh, I know who it is. It's the chick who plays the bad chick in Doctor Sleep. Who is that?
I know
Rebecca
who you're
Ferguson.
Rebecca Ferguson. Okay.
No, guys,
They
it's
kinda-
Zendaya.
That's it.
Zendaya. All right. So yeah, it also stars David Kochner.
Kochner.
Sorry. Allison Tolman, and the rest of these people I don't know, so we won't go over them. And it's not just that I don't know them. I don't think they're in a whole lot of films and stuff. But let's see. The music was done by Douglas Pipes Incorporated.
He's got some good pipes.
Douglas Pipes has done Krampus. Apparently, he had something to do with Trick or Treat. Yeah, he did the film score for Trick or Treat. So yeah, he hasn't done a movie in a while, according to Wikipedia. But
We should probably keep it that way.
the
Yeah.
film was released on November 30th, 2015, for its premiere, but it actually released theatrically on December 4th, 2015. It has a runtime of 97 minutes, unless you buy the naughty cut that was released in 2021 that has 6 additional minutes in it, which I've not seen, and I don't.
Does it
I don't
say
really,
the F word more than once?
I don't know. I actually don't know what the differences are. Besides that, like, basically, they were trying to release like a collector's edition, Blu-ray, and I know like they call it the naughty cut. It has 6 more minutes in it, and it has like a shit ton of like bonus features that aren't on the original Blu-ray release. But I don't actually know for sure what exactly those 6 minutes entail, or like if any of the other editing was changed. It was one of those weird things. Like this film apparently actually has somewhat of a strong cult following, and that Blu-ray. I know I was curious to get it, and it like sold out quick. So at least on Amazon at the time. But yeah. So it had a budget of $15 million, and it made a box office of $61.5 million. So let's go over our first experience with Krampus.
This is my first experience.
Oh, okay. What about Owen?
Well, back when I was, a little German boy in 1920s Germany, I saw Krampus, and he fucking took my whole family. But
I had eaten too much Wiener Schnitzel and went swimming immediately after, and I had really bad Krampus too.
I
He
said,
said
"Oh,
Schnitzel.
I said, Scheiße, my Krampus, nein." But outside with regards to this movie, this is the first time I've seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you could believe that.
So, for me, I watched it. I don't think I ever watched it in theaters. I believe we rented it from Redbox, and I watched it a bunch of times, like on streaming services. I know it was on Hulu for a while, and it may have been on Netflix at one point. It's one of those movies that kind of come in and out of streaming services. And then finally, last year, when I was looking for the naughty cut or trying to get a hold of it, and wasn't able to, the original Blu-ray release was like $6 or something on Amazon. So I went ahead and ordered it because I watch this movie pretty much every year anyway. But yeah, so I think we got through Lance's general opinions about the film so far. But Owen, how did you feel about this movie overall?
Coming into it, I thought this movie was going to be dog shit. But it was all right, I mean, I think I enjoyed it more because it wasn't terrible, like I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, right. Low expectations, so you were like pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is all right. I could see myself watching this around Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For me, I touched on it a little bit earlier, but like it's one of those movies that is kind of a guilty pleasure. It's not a good movie. It does have its moments where like Lance was saying, it was boring. Like there's a stretch in the middle of it, especially that it's like it's kind of moving a little too slow. But overall, I enjoyed watching.
Real quick,
it.
I need to defend something of myself here.
Yeah,
because I feel like Owen said he had no expectations, that he was expecting dog shit. That the movie wasn't as bad. Look, I just got done watching Hocus Pocus 2. And I literally had zero expectations, but probably dreading watching the movie. I was like, oh, God. Well, at least this hour and a half is what I told myself. There's been certain movies that I've dreaded watching, and they're like, oh, wait, this actually was a pretty decent movie. Owen wanted to do, our second movie was Apocalypse Now. Kind of dreading it, but, fucking took me 6 hours to watch a 2.5 hour movie, but I did it.
You did it.
And I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll ever watch that movie again, per se, but I thought it was a good movie, and I understood the hype. This movie, like I said, I'm going off of fucking Hocus Pocus 2. I've got my second win. I'm not tired. I'm like, all right, let's get through this movie. And my girlfriend falls asleep during it like twice, and she's snoring. Like old man snoring. Like, I'm like, wake up. I'm trying to watch the fucking movie. And she kept putting her leg up so I couldn't see the movie. I'm like, put your fucking leg down. But, I'm defending, like, I had zero expectations of this movie, just trying to get through it. And it had, like, no redeeming qualities. Now, this isn't Last Jedi infuriating. So let me just make sure I put that. Just the boring part of this movie, which is majority of the movie. Because I was really excited to see Krampus finally. And I saw his face. I'm like, oh my God. You can tell it's a fucking $15 million budget. And the fucking, like,
you can tell it's
fucking,
a mask. Like, it's so obviously a mask. Like,
yeah, it's fucking terrible. And the fucking, the life-size, big slug, Jack-in-the-Box fucking thing that's got the fucking, like, predator mouth almost.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool looking, That and the...
Well, it was funny. I made a joke. Savannah had fallen asleep. I was made a joke when he's trying to squeeze through the air vent. I'm like, yeah, he got a fat ass. And she wakes up and she goes, who's got a fat ass? And he literally just sucks right through and disappears. I'm like, well, you fucking missed it.
You missed his fat, juicy
And she
ass.
thought I was talking about a girl in the movie. I'm like, no. There's no girl in this movie that's like of age.
And she's like,
decent looking.
It's like it's a hot little Jack-in-the-Box character. And she's like, oh, okay.
And it's like, I kept expecting, like, when he's crawling through the vent, like, obviously he's trying to squeeze through. And then all of a sudden he disappears through it. So it's like, okay, that was kind of rushed. But I was thinking about that scene in Scary Movie 2 where the clown is underneath the bed and then that dick wraps around his throat and pulls him back under. And he's like crawling through it. And that's what I was thinking about when I saw this thing. I'm like,
but it's like Scary Movie 2 where he gets like...
Yeah, and but those have funny moments in it. This movie, like...
Yeah, no, I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying that what you were describing reminded me of that Scary Movie 2 scene.
Well, no, that's what I was talking about from Scary Movie 2.
You know,
that scene
with the dick and it wraps around his neck, the little puppet.
Yeah, it pulls it in. That's what I was expecting to see when he's crawling through the air vent. Because he's like crawling away and that woman's like, here! She's got that fucking axe. I'm like, this dick's gonna wrap around his throat. Watch this.
You know, it's funny. Like, earlier this week, I had a brief moment where I'm like, maybe I should tell these guys that we're going to do Nightmare Before Christmas instead. And I was like, you know what? Let's just roll with Krampus because I don't want to change it at the last minute.
Speaking of Nightmare Before Christmas, there is the flashback scene where Oma is talking about her past with Krampus. It turns into this very shitty combination of 1964's Rudolph animation and Nightmare on Christmas's animation. Like, there's times it looks. I mean, look.
I wonder if they were trying to go for like a weird like one or
no. They didn't have the fucking budget, Cody.
Well, no, I mean like because think about it. It's a Christmas movie, and like you know, I don't know. Maybe I part of me thinks that maybe they're like, okay, let's have like a somewhat of that style, you know, to do this flashback. But who knows? I mean, I don't know.
And the thing is, like,
I don't know. I mean, it kind of looked like it, but not really.
That was the first thing that popped in my head. Like, look, I love Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I know it's like a clay animation, like 1960s movie, but it's done really well for its time. You have to accept it when you watch a 60-year-old movie at this point. But the flashback scene, and I had already read, like, I got so bored, I read the plot on Wikipedia, so I knew what the fuck was about to happen.
Oh, Lord.
And I knew it was fucking bad. Blame Michael for this.
Well, I have a feeling in a couple of weeks you're going to be blaming Michael for a lot of things, but a different Michael.
Oh, God. Yes, I forgot. In 2 weeks, we're doing an emergency episode, and then we get back on our Christmas kick.
Which, of course, by the time anyone's listening to this episode, that episode will have come out 2 months ago. So
exactly, yeah. Like, it's what we're trying to do is like we're trying to keep a schedule up. Cody's got a bunch of episodes edited, and they're coming out like every 2 weeks. But I wanted to do a emergency Halloween Ends episode to try to get some kind of maybe attention for it be trending. So we're going to do a quick, hopefully 1 hour episode covering it, and Cody's going to do a quick editing job and then get it out that Monday morning when it's still trending from that weekend. But yeah, I feel like going into that Halloween Ends movie, it feels like fucking Rise of Skywalker. Like, put the gun in the back of the head and just end this at this point, because you guys have fucked up a story, and you obviously can't. You can't tell a story. Like, we have tried with Michael Myers to do something different and be like, well, we're going to make these movies real fucking important. I'd rather watch a fucking regular slasher movie, to be quite honest with you. That Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was a fucking fun slasher movie that everybody shit on, was fucking better than any of these new Halloween movies. Because guess what? It was fucking free on Netflix. I ain't got to pay for this bullshit.
That is 100%.
You know, like,
Evil does
I
tonight.
went to the fucking theater to watch Halloween Kills, and I sat there and thinking, you know, that fucking sucked. And then I rewatched it on Peacock for the podcast, and I had promised a coworker who doesn't have a car, like, hey, let's go watch it at the theaters. And then as we got closer to that day, I go, you know, man, you can just watch it at home if you want, and I'll give you access to my Peacock account. And he kind of looked at me and goes, no, I like to go see it in theaters. I'm like, you cocksucker. And then, like, so I'll say this. Krampus is not Halloween Kills bad. Okay? But this movie is like me sitting on the toilet trying to shit an hour before I go to work and spending the whole hour watching YouTube and not dropping a turd. That's what this movie feels like.
So I'm not gonna. Again, I I don't want to go through the plot beat for beat or anything.
There is no plot.
I want to go.
I will say this.
I want to go through
the snowstorm looked good.
I want to go through a quick overview of the plot. So just like a brief synopsis. Essentially, what you have is a family getting together for Christmas. They all pretty much fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
The only one who gives a shit about the Christmas spirit is a little boy, who is actually the son of the hosting family. There are two parents, a teenage daughter, a son who looks like he might be a preteen, maybe. And then
Who, the daughter?
No, the son.
Son. Well, the girl, she looked extremely young to have a fucking boyfriend.
I think she's probably supposed to be like 15 or something.
Yeah, and she did not look much older than the actual. I know she's a little bit taller because girls will grow a little bit faster than they stay short.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just kind of weird. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, this little girl, I mean, she has a boyfriend. The boyfriend looked like he was 18, like the actor wise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't see them kissing or anything because
she never makes it over there, right? So.
But it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, geez, Louise, it was just kind of weird.
But so yeah, they're visited by the mother's sister comes over with her husband and 3 children. I think those girls are supposed to be twins. So 2 twin girls, and they have a baby. They also bring their estranged aunt over who. Oh yeah, that's right. They have a son. He like never talks in the movie, so like always.
Because he's special needs.
Yeah.
And then there's a grandmother that the father's mother lives there, and she's from the old
Oma.
country. Yeah, Oma.
Which thank God I didn't have to call my mama that because she was German. I didn't call her Oma because that would have been really confusing for like a 5-year-old. Oma.
Imagine if it was Peyton. Imagine if it was Peyton Manning's
I called my
grandmother.
grandma old bitch.
Omaha!
Oma!
Omaha!
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just called my grandmother. I just call her old ass bitch.
So that would be
That's just
Ob.
what I say.
OAB, Ob.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, hey, I love you, old
She's
ass
like, you
bitch.
too, you little shit.
So they call him LS, little shit.
So yeah,
Owen and her cell phone's called LS.
So yeah, there's this family. They're all together for Christmas. They all hate each other. The little boy is teased relentlessly by his cousins. They steal a letter to Santa that he wrote, and they read it out loud at the table. Realize that their family is in shambles at that point, but then immediately proceed to get into a fight. He gets upset because no one cares about Christmas, and he tears up the letter and just throws it out the window, which is basically the catalyst for Krampus showing up. So the next morning they wake up. There's a blizzard outside. The power's out. The phones are out. It's like negative 20 degrees outside. And one by one, the family gets picked off. It starts with the teenage daughter. She tries to go to her boyfriend's house, and she ends up getting attacked by Krampus's minions in the road. She's actually killed by a Jack-in-the-Box underneath a truck.
Not a tasty hamburger, but a Jack-in-the-Box, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. not Jack from Jack-in-the-Box. Then I think the next one.
That would have made this movie better.
The next one to go is. Shit. Who is the next one to die? Is it the dum-dum son? Doesn't he get dragged up the chimney, or is that?
Yeah, he gets dragged up the shit. Oh, damn it, my knee.
Well, you're skipping the part where the 2 dads, Kochner and Adam, whatever.
Adam Scott.
They go out looking, and then they go into the house. They realize the house has been busted into from the chimney. And then Kochner gets he gets grabbed by whatever beast is underneath the snow that's going to drag him to hell, or at least drag him back to the wagon before he gets dumped into hell.
Right.
That you find out later on. And then he pulls out, and so his leg's like on fire, like a beast bit him.
Yeah.
And then they tell everybody, and that's when Oma tells the story of like her Rudolph the Red-Nosed story.
When I
Krampus.
was a child. Krampus.
Okay, look. She talks German the entire fucking time except for this fucking monologue for her fucking story.
See, that's one of the parts that,
like,
that I thought was funny when the aunt was like, English, I knew it.
what does that mean? Like, what is she? What does she mean by
I think
that?
because she's sort of supposed to be just like a fucking like racist and like xenophobe sort of character. That's like the impression. She's like one of those people, you know.
I didn't get the impression her character was that. I just think she was a sassy old lady.
Well,
who
yeah,
just
well,
fucking said
it
what was
could
on
be
her
that too,
mouth.
but it kind of came off as like xenophobic a little bit when she's like,
She's just like, I knew that bitch could speak English, and she just
right.
didn't want to.
But which is
I
funny because
guess
after the story, you know, later on, she's talking to
She goes
the
back
kids.
to being German.
She's talking to the kids about like if they have any hope or not, and like she's speaking German again. It's like what? But
It makes like that part doesn't make any sense. That part, like, of course, this movie's not supposed to make fucking sense. This movie is like if you took Christmas Vacation, took out the funny part, and put some B horror shit that doesn't work. That's what this movie is. But that part, I'm like,
she's like telling the boy's like, I don't know what she said, and the aunt's like, she says we're fucked. Said I'm old enough to know that old enough to know when life is coming at you with his pants down. It's like what?
that line was pretty funny. Okay, when she said that, I'm like, okay. I will say that's one of the few things I laughed was from her, the aunt.
Right.
And of course, she's an actress. She played on 2.5 Men, which I never watched the show, but
Yeah.
that's what people would know her from. And she's played in a bunch of other stuff. She passed away, unfortunately, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I can't like place her in anything I've seen her in, but I know I've seen her in other things. But yeah, so you know, she tells the story, you know, there's no hope basically. The boy gets dragged up the chimney, and that's how he's gotten rid of. The next one to go is one of the twins because they think that Beth, who's the teenage daughter, is up.
Well, both twins, they go upstairs.
Yeah, which is upstairs, which is funny because the voice sounds nothing
Doesn't
like
sound
Beth.
I know. It sounds nothing. They're like, Beth,
Hey,
is that you?
it's
And it's like,
me.
yeah, come on up. You know, like,
Oldest trick in the book, dude.
But one of
Oldest
them
trick
gets
in the
eaten by the Jack in the Box slug, and
does they get eaten?
yeah, remember, like they run upstairs because they're up there screaming, and the Jack in the Box slug is like eating one of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Makes no fucking sense. The mouth's not even big enough to do that.
But yeah, so then it's all like panic mode. They decide they come up with a plan of how they're going to escape the town.
This fucking satanic little angel that's supposed to go on top of a tree flies in. It looks like it's so fucking stupid. And then you have this little.
I thought it was an owl.
I thought it was
straight.
I don't think it's an owl. I think it looks like an owl, but I think it's something that's supposed to go on top of the tree because it has like all the utensils.
No, like you're 100% right. I just like the whole time I was watching, I thought it was an owl. I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with Christmas?
Oh, and then while they're upstairs, witnessing the horror of the Jack in the Box slug monster, what's his name? Kochner is downstairs being attacked by gingerbread men firing a nail gun at him.
Which is literally like the second funniest part of the movie.
Which, you know, when the little creatures start showing up, that's when it gets like just kind of like off the wall, like silly, and you know
it's like fucking, I don't know. It's like the tone of Home Alone or some
Yeah.
shit. You know, he's like, he gets shot by a nail gun. He's like, I should have went to my brother's. He's got like fucking nails sticking out of his leg.
It doesn't make any sense when those fucking gingerbread jump towards him and they're on fire. Like, he shoots one of them, and then he runs out of bullets, and the other one's flying towards him. Well, the dog eats the other one. I'm thinking, well, if the dog eats something that's on fire, I don't think the dog will be like, oh, that was good. That's just like a small thing I'm thinking about. And then, here's the thing. And the thing is, when they let the dog through the vent, and they're like, go get him, Rosie. I'm like, did you not see the 8-foot fucking slug dressed up like Jack in the Box in the fucking roof? What is that dog gonna do?
Yeah.
You stupid fucks.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the dog fucking dies.
Yeah. It's all just dumb. It's all dumb. But so yeah, the dog dies that way. They come up with a plan. They're gonna go get the snow plow. And this is like kind of where it gets like almost like they ran out of ideas on how to actually kill off the characters. Because, like, well, the grandmother stays behind because she's going to confront Krampus. is like, well, she said she wants to
Krampus.
stay behind to face him. Like, okay, why? But whatever. She stays behind to face Krampus. He has a giant snake tongue that comes out.
The funniest thing about that part is like he's like banging on the door. He's like, "Let us back in, Grandma!" And then like the dad comes up behind him and he's like, "Let us back in." Then the kid turns to him and he's like, "Don't worry, she's just trying to face him." Like he just fucking completely switches.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, they all start running for the snowplow. Adam Scott dies next because he is trying to
Shoot what's underneath the snow.
Yeah. And he runs out of bullets and they end up dragging him down, and then
dragging these nuts across his face.
next up the twins' mother gets dragged underneath the snow. And then a stupid decision, like the boy's mother is like closes them in the truck. This is why I'm saying like they ran out of ideas, obviously, because like she closes them in. She's like, just wait here. It's like, what are you going to do? You literally just saw two people get dragged under the snow. And then she, of course, immediately gets dragged underneath the snow.
You know, she can at least get the fucking thing started for them. He's a fucking 12-year-old kid. Go drive the snowplow, you dumb shit.
Yeah, or like, you know,
what the fuck?
Or at least, you know, get in, because you know, you do have kids here that you're trying to protect too. But whatever. She gets dragged into the snow. At this point, it's literally the son, one of the twins, and the baby, right? So
I don't even think the baby's there anymore. The baby's gone.
I thought
they stole the baby in the house.
Oh
when
yeah,
they took
you're
the
right.
Fat ant.
You're right. Yeah. For some reason, I thought the baby was out there with him, but yeah, you're right. They took.
Why do I remember more about this movie than you do, and I hate
it? So the boys trying to get the plow started. The creatures show up. They break the windows. They drag the twin out of the vehicle and take her away. And then,
real quick question, okay?
Yeah.
Not real quick question. All right, Krampus. Okay, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's try this again. Okay. Oh, this is so infuriating. Anyway, so Krampus drops down his little nutsack. That is his little ornament that's supposed to, like, for the kid, like, you're going to be watched or whatever forever. And then he goes away. Right. So the movie fades to black, and all of a sudden, this 12-year-old kid is hiking through 4 feet of snow, and he gets up, and then he has this, like, confrontation, which is just fucking stupid.
He's like, I'm not afraid of you anymore.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not. I like how
exactly that's what it is. I didn't think about that. Home Alone. I'm not afraid of you. He's like, you know.
Yeah, I kind of liked how they did it. Like, it was like a subversion of expectation, because you think like, I mean, eventually it goes out like how you think it did.
Like
I guess the comic. Yeah, I read on Wikipedia that at the end he's in the snow globe just because he's being monitored, not because they're trapped. But when I was originally watching it, I thought that, like, you know, they were doing a switcheroo on you and making you think that, like, oh, Krampus is about to listen to him, and, you know, he finally learned his lesson, and he just throws him in the fucking pit.
Well, I think that moment's actually kind of great. The only part about that whole scene that I don't like is the kid, like, screaming, like, "Hey, asshole!"
Oh yeah, it's so goofy.
Like, yeah, it's so.
He's like,
"Hey!" I'm not going to sit here and be an asshole.
And Krampus just looks around at his friends and, like, shrugs because he doesn't speak English.
He's like, "Am I in a Call of Duty lobby right now? Like, what's going on?"
Here's the best part: is if this happened to me, God forbid something like this would ever happen. But if I was left surviving and I had an ornament to put on my tree, I would go, you know, I'm gonna cut my losses here, and I'm gonna go about my life. And this kid's like, and you think the movie's over, and then somehow he goes to where Krampus is, where, like, he's just hiking through the snow. This is a 12-year-old kid, mind you, hiking through the snow. Like, Jack Nicholson didn't last this fucking long in The Shining.
Well, and let's also not forget that earlier in the movie, when Adam Scott and David Kochner go out, they come back and they're like, "This is nearly frostbite after it only been out
4
there for
minutes."
4 minutes.
Yeah, they forget about that, don't they?
And then the kid's like, "Hey," it's like, okay, listen here. this whole thing's implausible, obviously. And these
Yeah.
elves, all these elves look like they're clones of Leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies. And Krampus,
Leprechaun goes to the hood.
and Krampus looks like, yeah, that's what. I mean, I'd rather watch that than this, to be honest with you.
Well, surprise. No, I'm kidding.
But Krampus is like, I don't even know what the fuck. Like the first time I saw him, like, oh, he looks really cool. And the first time you see him, his face doesn't look so bad, but it looked like a fucking toy.
Yeah.
In his face, like it's just fucking stupid looking. Because I've seen people dress up as Krampus on Wikipedia, and it's not great. People, like one of them looked pretty fucking dope. The other ones look really fucking stupid. And Cody, if Cody remembers the show The League, there's an episode where the brother dresses up like Krampus, which is like a big fucking green Elmo, and he's like charging the fucking Santa Claus up there. He's like, "Get out of my way, Santa, you piece of shit!" And it's fucking hilarious. And that 3-minute clip on YouTube is a lot better than this movie.
So
and I remember when Cody picked this movie and we recorded, I was like, man, I hope this movie's just literally like an expanded version of that 3 minutes. And unfortunately, it's not.
So yeah, so going back to this final scene,
The tongue doesn't make any sense too. The tongue he has.
yeah,
like,
it's weird. Like he goes out.
He looks like a skinny version of Venom.
when he wants to lick the grandma.
Yeah, he's like horny for
He's
the
like,
grandma.
"Oh."
You know, when he's wiping away that kid's tears, I thought he was gonna poke him in the eye with his nail.
So yeah, like
He's like, "Let me
I
get
think-
that for you."
I guess the ending, without the context of the comic, it's supposed to be a little bit open to interpretation, because in a way I could see it being like, okay, he confronted Krampus, showing that even though his family was horrible, he still truly cared about them and was willing to sacrifice himself for them. So like they were all saved and reunited. But and I guess in a sense that is what happened with
I just thought he was stuck on Christmas Day for the rest of his
See,
life.
that's what I thought too. That's what I always thought. I always thought that. Like,
You said that.
but no.
Go ahead, sorry.
So yeah, my original interpretation was that he was thrown into hell with the rest of his family, and they woke up thinking that it was a normal day. But because it shows them inside that snow globe, I always thought, oh, they're in hell basically, which is inside the snow globe. But
then the comic says,
the comic says that it's actually the whole like monitoring angle or whatever, which fine, whatever, you know. But
I don't like that.
yeah, I actually I personally prefer the, you know, they're just eternally stuck on Christmas Day.
Cody said that the ending was open to interpretation. I'm wondering if it's open for a fucking refund, like of my money. Because I mean, I understand. Cody said, you know, this movie has a cult following for some reason, and for the love of me, and I love some stupid shit. I do. I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I love the Venom movies. I'm not a hater of Morbius, and I probably would like Catwoman.
No, you
but
wouldn't.
This movie,
you wouldn't like Catwoman.
This movie is just like not even confusing. It's goddamn. This movie's like, I don't even know why I'm putting this much thought into it, because literally I read the plot on Wikipedia and the movie played out like we talked about this before on maybe the Lighthouse episode. I'm not sure. Like I read the plot. And literally the movie is exactly how the plot was. And this movie, this has like 3 small paragraphs of plot on Wikipedia, and it plays out exactly. Like Wikipedia didn't miss a detail.
Yeah,
that's how paper thin this movie is. And this movie is as bad as people make the Friday the 13th movies out to be, and they're not this bad. I would watch Jason Goes to Hell before I'd watch this movie again. I hate Jason Goes to Hell.
This film is definitely not a piece of art. Okay, it's not.
Oh no, and I don't have a problem with that.
We just came off of a couple movies like The Witch and The Lighthouse that are full of symbolism, and it leaves a lot of, well, not The Witch so much as The Lighthouse, but leaves a lot up to interpretation on the viewer's part. I'm just saying that the ending can be left to up to interpretation, but there's really not a lot of variation as to what it could be. You know, it's pretty much like one of like 2 or 3 options here.
No, I understand that too, and I'm not like I'm not shitting on the fact that you like this movie, so don't take offense to it.
Oh,
But the
I'm
fact,
highly
like this
offended.
movie, well, good.
hot.
Hopefully, you don't pick something else like this. This movie has a 67 on Rotten Tomatoes, and for the life of me, I have no idea why.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why I like this either. I don't, but I enjoy watching it. You know, it's just it's one of those things. You know, it's not a good.
I don't know why I like
look,
this, but I do.
It's not a good movie.
It's boring and it's not offensive, but this movie has about as much enjoyment as Mother does.
Oh no, Mother's. That's another time.
Mother.
Like if
Tell your children.
like that movie
Something.
sucks, and Savannah liked it, and I hurt her feelings. That's why she never suggests as a movie anymore. And it's been like 2 years. This girl will not let that go. Like I hurt her feelings bad. I'm like, this movie just is offensive.
I fucking hate
And-
Mother, but it's mostly
But yeah, this
my
movie, I
problem
just-
with my problem mostly with Mother. Just real quick is the killing and eating of the baby, which I get it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's symbolism for eating the body of Christ. Whatever.
That's cool.
You know,
Let me look that up.
It's just
I wanna
fucking
watch
yeah.
that.
That movie, the whole movie though, it's just
the whole movie's like a Bible.
it's also
allegory,
boring too though.
But you know, whatever.
And the thing is, like this movie,
Where's
like
my baby?
this movie has like I say, it has a cult following and it has a good score on Rotten Tomatoes for a horror movie, and that's fine. But when I watch this movie, like I said, I'm coming off of Hocus Pocus 2. Anything's gonna be better, except for Mother.
And Catwoman.
And well, look, the jury's still out. Okay, I hadn't seen it. But when I'm watching this movie, I'm sitting here just like, this isn't funny. There's a couple moments where I'm kind of anxious to see what Krampus looks like. But other than that, after I've seen him twice, it's like, okay, it's just not like,
I think
there's nothing interesting about it.
I mean, in the sense, I like that they went with the whole like evil Santa Claus look, but at the same time, I kind of wish that he was like straight up more of just like a demon looking creature. But you know, it is what it is.
He has fucking hooves
Yeah,
and horns, and literally you can tell that Santa face he has. I don't know if it's a real face.
maybe it's
That's
a
supposed to be his
mask.
face, or he's just maybe he's wearing a Santa mask to make it look like he's Santa or something.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if that is.
Hey, bud, the hooves aren't working.
That may actually be what it is, because the face itself is like, obviously the face itself never moves, it never changes, but he obviously like, even like when he like sticks his tongue out, his mouth doesn't move. So I wonder if it is a mask, because I don't even think you really, well, you do see eyes, I guess, but
the eyes are behind the mask in a shrunken face. You can tell he's a beast.
yeah. So yeah, I guess it is supposed to be like a Santa mask in a sense. But yeah,
And it fucking fucking Motaro from Mortal Kombat Annihilation looks better than this damn thing, and that came out in '97, and that movie's terrible. Like that thing, and like someone like that. When Cody's mentioned him before, like we've talked about on this podcast just briefly, but 616 Entertainment, who does wrestling games and does Mortal Kombat, they did a commentary on Mortal Kombat Annihilation. They put it on YouTube. And I listened to a little bit of it, but I remember thinking, like, because like 5 years later, the Mummy Returns comes out, and that had The Rock as the Scorpion King. It was his first movie role, and he is a half scorpion, half human creature at the end, and it's a fucking CGI nightmare. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
I was
it's
so
awful.
disappointed watching it. But 5 years before, in an incredibly worse movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, you have Motaro, who's a half human, half fucking horse, and he's the best looking part of that movie. And it's like, how do they fucking nail that? And then you go 2015, this fucking movie, it's like, what is going on?
yeah. Well, I guess
Like,
in a sense, like just in a sense, looking at Krampus's face, if you do see it as a mask, it makes a lot more sense. Because otherwise, it is kind of bizarre. It's just like kind of stiff. But I never.
and the thing is, it didn't look stiff though the first time you see him in the house when he's looking at Oma, and he's like, "There's like that moment had some tension for me. Like I'm like, oh man, that's really fucking cool." And I saw his mask moving because his tongue's like wagging out, or his face moving.
Yeah.
But then you see it, and the more you see it in the movie, it looks more and more like a mask, and not like a regular mask. It looks almost like a nutcracker face.
Yeah, and the more
You know what I'm saying?
the more I think about the fact that it's probably a mask, it kind of unsettles me a little bit. But
well, it makes me want to see what he actually fucking looks like.
yeah, but that's actually, I think, probably best that we didn't see it, because it does make you kind of think about it. But then again, them not showing it also kind of creates confusion, because it's like, well, is that his actual face or not? But
I just think the idea they had in his butt, it wasn't going to look good, period. That's why the movie shot in dark or in all snow, because you can't make the special effects not look goofy.
yeah.
And I was thinking, like, okay, they look like leprechauns, but they actually look like, if you Google the Wishmaster from the Wishmaster movies, he's like some evil fucking, like, bigger elf that grants wishes, but he takes something from him when he does it. That's what the little elves look like. They look like the Wishmaster. It was on a DVD called Boogeymen back in, like, the early 2000s. And it had a scene from that movie in there. But that's what the elves look like. But, like, Krampus, like... I understand. I mean, he's this big demon goat, Black Phillip again, and he's dressed up like Santa Claus. So, I mean, here we go with Black Phillip. 3 movies
Black
later,
Phillip.
and we're here. And, yeah, like, I shit on this movie, but to be quite honest with you, I don't feel quite as bad because this movie deserved it.
So, Owen, do you have any other thoughts that you would like to share about this film?
I don't know. No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say either. I mean, I didn't really
Is it
think-
because I shit on it, or is there
No.
just not much to say about this movie?
I mean, yeah, I guess there's not much I can think of to really say about it. I didn't think it was the greatest movie ever. I have basically meh.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think
That's
that
how I
this
feel
was
about
definitely-
this.
I didn't think this was going to be as in-depth of a discussion. I just wanted something that I thought was a fun Christmas movie. But,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, I could see having fun with this around Christmas time, just to put it on, like,
Mama, Papa,
while the family's over.
would you like to watch a
Oh, yeah.
Christmas
Hey.
movie?
Go ahead and let's get to our recommendations.
Yeah. Lance, I think we know what your answer is going to be, but go ahead.
Well, I would like to have a moment at the microphone, please.
Let 'em have a moment.
If you rent this movie on YouTube, it's going to be around $4.50 roughly with tax. If somebody suggests to you, hey, you should watch this movie, and they don't provide a copy for you to watch, you should ask them for the $5 because you're going to regret spending $5 on this. And I do not recommend this movie. It is void of anything. Not even like, it's just boring. And it's not like this movie didn't piss me off. There was a couple things I found confusing. Obviously, we talked about that with the ending and Grandma speaking English all of a sudden like she's been a tutor her whole life. But this movie is just fucking boring. There's, like I said, there's a few moments, few lines from the xenophobic aunt that are funny. The first time you see Krampus's face is kind of cool. And then everything else is like, fucking hell. It's Christmas Vacation devoid of the comedy is what this movie is. And to be honest with you, not everybody's like unlikable in the movie. They all just seem kind of normal. Like they kind of go out of their way to like give them one line to like, that's why I don't like this person. But this movie's not deep like that. So that's the only reason I find it frustrating. And I'm just like, I don't understand why, and I never will, why it has a cult following. Like, I was surprised to find out, like, we talked about Hocus Pocus before this. Like, Cody said Hocus Pocus had a cult following, and from what I've just, like, been around people that have talked about it or, like, seen the advertisements, I thought the movie was a hit. I was surprised it wasn't a commercial hit.
Yeah, no,
But
it definitely was. It was one of those films that, like I said, it flopped in theaters, it flopped critically, but it like gained like a huge traction when they released it on like VHS and
Yeah, because
on
kids
Disney
liked
Channel.
it, you know?
Oh yeah,
And I understand it, but this movie making $61 million, which, by the way, is more than The Witch and The Lighthouse combined, and probably as much as The Northman made, which is kind of funny to me. It's just surprising this movie.
But not as much as Morbius.
No, baby,
No.
Morbius is undefeated. Okay, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, if I come
Fucking
across as me
classic.
shitting on the movie this time, I did. And if you ever watched it, like, just go into it with no expectations and watched it, you would be confused by it. Like, if I hadn't read the ending on Wikipedia before I watched the ending, I would have been confused, like, well, is this Groundhog Day? And they're just stuck in this moment forever? Because obviously they play lines from earlier in the movie as everybody kind of realizes what's going on. But to be fair, if this is his nightmare because he's in hell and stuck in this moment. Everybody else shouldn't have recollection of the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because you focus on, like, this is the kid's wish to begin with. Like, nobody else should have recollection. He should just be stuck in this moment on loop because he's in hell and everybody else should have their own little moments they're stuck in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that would make more sense to me if it was the groundhog thing. That's why it just doesn't fucking make sense, period. But this movie is frustrating, and I don't understand why it has a 67 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, this movie is, God. Thank God we're doing Lethal Weapon next. Go ahead, Cody and Owen.
Yeah, Owen, go ahead with yours.
I don't know if it's around Christmas and you want to have some kind of quirky movie on, where it's like kind of has a horror vibe to it, but it's not really scary though. I would put this on. I wouldn't buy it.
Would you have paid? If you paid for this to rent it for the podcast? Would you be mad?
For the podcast, nah, because I like doing the podcast. But if I had like paid for it to rent just to watch, I'd be like, well, that was kind of shitty.
So I'm a
else.
little extreme, but I'm not completely off base here. Is what I'm trying to come across.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the movie's not shitty. I shouldn't have said that. I would just been like, I really like. I could go either way with this movie. I don't really have any strong opinion about it. It's kind of meh.
So ultimately, if he feels similar to how Cody feels and how I feel, it's kind of a meh for him.
So
ultimately, if he makes it now.
Yeah,
Cody, let me ask you something. Cody, what do you love about this movie?
I don't know. It's just one of those movies that I find like, again, it's a guilty pleasure. It's not good. I don't really know why I enjoy watching it.
You are guilty of it. I will tell you that.
I don't know why I enjoy watching it, but I do enjoy watching it. Now, again, I usually watch it once a year around Christmas time.
Yeah, is it the Christmas vibes? Because
it also helps, like, because my wife and I, when December hits, we're pretty much watching like a Christmas movie almost every day, and it kind of like,
and it's kind of
it kind of helps break up the monotony of like, oh, here's another Santa Claus movie or whatever, and I don't even delve into the whole like Hallmark, like, oh my God, I'm single and I'm visiting my parents for the holidays. Hey, will you pretend to be my boyfriend? Oh my God, we're like totally falling in love. But yeah, I don't even bother with that crap. But
that kind of summarizes this Krampus movie too.
Yeah, exactly.
Krampus fall in love with Krampus.
Well, the daughter's looking for love, and she's trying to protect her boyfriend, and then she dies.
And then Krampus is the angry ex that shows up during the movie.
But he's everybody's ex. He's like, "Fuck you."
Said I was a bit of a whore.
You said you liked my tongue.
Oh God.
You said you liked my long tongue.
Said I could reach you downstairs from your upstairs.
Baby, I can lick you from the tip of your chimney down to the chute. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I would recommend it if you can find it on a streaming service to watch without paying for it.
Spoiler alert, you can't.
Typically in around November, December, it's usually put up on like Hulu or Netflix every year, and then they take it off in like January. So, but yeah, that is our Krampus episode. Real quick, there's no point in bringing up Halloween Ends because this episode is coming out after that anyway. But our next 3 episodes will be Lethal Weapon, which is a Lance episode. And then, Owen, do you know what your next movie is?
Nah, I'll have to think about it.
I'm pretty sure your episode will come out after Christmas. So if you wanted to have something like, don't aim it towards Christmas because it's going to.
Yeah, your episode's a January episode, but yeah, that's a typical Owen answer anyway. That he'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know the day of. Okay.
I'll let you know then.
And my next episode, as we've talked about previously, is going to be The Northman.
And then my one after that's gonna be Morbius. I forgot.
So yeah, there we go. Morpheus. There we go. We don't know what Owen's next movie is, but other than
it's gonna be Morpheus.
It's the Matrix prequel. So next is Lethal Weapon, then Owen's film, then The Northman, and then Morbius. Right?
It's Morbin time, baby.
Morbius.
I am going to have so much.
It's morbid, and he morbs. I love that part in the movie when he says it's morbid time, and he morbs
Dude,
everybody.
Alex, one of my best friends, my best friend, really. No offense to Cody. He's trying to get me a job and everything.
How dare you?
How dare you.
But yeah, Alex hates Morbius so much. I'm gonna tell him, like, hey man, you're gonna have to rewatch it for the podcast. So.
It's morbid time,
Just give
baby.
you a heads up, it's gonna come out in January, maybe February. You're gonna have to watch it just to give you a heads up, sir.
But
And
Morbid time.
yeah.
yeah,
I guess that's it. This is a bit of a shorter episode, but I think everyone's probably
it's still an
okay
hour
with
and a
that.
half long though.
Well, we had to trim out
Yeah.
some of that stuff in the beginning but there's like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
There's like
you're
5
like, I'm gonna hang up. No, it's not gonna hang up.
Yeah.
I'm like, Owen, do you hear him? Because it's gonna be fun if you leave that part in. You're like,
It's
Cody,
like
Owen, do you hear him?
It's like an hour and a half long recording, but like 5 minutes is like nothing in the beginning, and then 20 minutes or 25 minutes or so is me like ranting about Hocus Pocus 2. So you get about an hour of Krampus, and an hour is all
Krampus?
Krampus needs.
Well, 45 minutes too long
With
if
his-
you're asking me. He only
with
gets
his
15
tongue.
minutes.
He'll just stack you. He'll
His
stack
tongue
you
that
up
can
one
go
on
in.
top of the other and use his tongue up and down all over.
His tongue could go in one end, come out the other.
Oh God! All of a sudden you hear this like Krampus is down at your ass, and then he sticks it in there. All of a sudden you hear this, ooh, and it goes out your tongue. You're like, no, wrong way.
He'll turn you into
goes
an
out your-
actual spit roast.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
It goes out your dick hole.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like, how do you even do that?
Oh,
dude?
all right, let's stop.
Okay.
All right,
Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
happy holidays.
All right. Happy
Happy
Christmas.
Krampus.
Merry